The Season 5 update has brought quite a few changes to some of the existing heroes in the game. A lot of these are very game changing, so we're going to run through all of the changes to the existing heroes in this video. So the first hero that was adjusted was Angela, and essentially what they adjusted was the speed of her dash. So when you're stealing enemies now, you can dash a lot faster. Now, in-game, this does feel a little bit quicker. I can't say it feels a lot faster. We'll try it again, but without taking an enemy with us. And as you can see, it does look a little bit quicker, but again, it's nothing massive or something that you'll probably notice a lot in game. And then also they have increased the HP of the pole that she uses for her ultimate, so it doesn't get destroyed nearly as quickly. Next up is Captain America, and what Captain America gets is not only can he give overshield to his teammates, keep them alive a lot longer, but he also allows them to build up their ultimate charge by 30%, which is absolutely insane. So you can build up ult charge so much faster when you have a Captain America on your team. Next up, we've got Groot's Ironwood Wall. So essentially, if you stand next to his Ironwood Wall and you're within 15 meters, as you can see, the radius shows on the ground here, you're completely CC immune, which makes you completely immune essentially to a Wolverine, so he cannot Feral Leap and kidnap you anymore. Also, you do gain overshields as well, as you can see, which is what you get anyway by standing next to his Ironwood Wall. So not only are you harder to kill, you cannot be stolen or CC'd by pretty much anything, which makes you insanely powerful now. When it comes to Hulk, it's a pretty simple change here. I don't know how effective this is going to be actually in-game, because after seeing it now, it's really not that powerful because of the cooldown times. But if you use his indestructible guard, as you can see here, and then you use his clap, if you land a clap, it takes a second off of his indestructible guard cooldown. Now, of course, because of the way the cooldown timers work, and unless you rotate this perfectly, I suppose, you're not really knocking off too much time to get your cooldown back unless you really need it, and you just throw that out there to try and land it, but it needs to land before it can work. Here's one of the biggest changes in this update, and this is being able to bubble yourself and a teammate as Magneto. Now, this is absolutely insane, by the way. It's pretty ridiculous that you can actually do this now. I thought they wouldn't ever bring this to Magneto, but they did, and these two abilities now have two separate cooldowns, which I just think is so useful, especially to Magneto, because both of these can help, and you're usually using them at very different times of a team fight. Now, Penny Parker got an insane buff, man, and she's just even more defensive than ever, because if you use her spider webs, so as you can see here, you can heal your teammates up. Not only that, they actually get a movement boost as well. So you're movement boosting them, you get the healing effect, which is not a lot of healing, but to be honest, it's probably comparable to what you get with Ultron anyway. So it's actually pretty decent healing. And what is pretty cool about this, you can actually extend this with your webs as well. So overall, this is just really broken in terms of being a bunker tank and just being able to keep your team alive. Next up, when it comes to the thing, he now AoE damage reduces his teammates. As you can see, it's managed to cling on to both of the teammates there and give them a damage reduction. But it does the exact same thing with his other ability as well that he can leap on to enemies with. So as you can see here, it's again an AoE, and then it provides them with extra damage basically. So you 20% that you do more damage to the enemies. And I just think that's absolutely insane. So if you jump on top of an enemy and then start haymaker punching them, it's absolutely crazy now that you can finish them off. They also changed his percentage damage of his haymaker punch. So essentially what you'd kind of want to do as a combo is you want to jump on top of the enemy, get that extra damage, and then you want to start haymaker punching them. And as you can see, you do gain the overshields, but only if you land the punch. Now, if you miss the punch, you don't gain any overshields. So as you can see here, you're not getting anything just by spamming the air anymore. So you do need to be accurate with your punches. So now as Mr. Fantastic, what you actually get with him is quite a few insane changes. So essentially, when you get into the bubble state now, basically you get just health. So you get extra health in general. So as you can see, it bumps your health up, and you gain a little bit of extra HP to bump you up in the brawl. Now, when you're in this bubble mode, you can actually use his penguin form as well. So you can actually use them both at the exact same time, which I find absolutely insane. So overall, Mr. Fantastic got some massive changes, And this overall HP basically means that he then leaves the inflated state always at maximum HP, which I just think is pretty crazy, but it kind of takes away the overshields that he gets when you're trying to just quickly exit this. So it's taken away that kind of playstyle where a lot of the higher ranked Mr. Fantastic players were just going into bubble state, getting the extra overshields, and then cancelling out of it and using his standard base damage attacks. So it's kind of taken that playstyle completely away, which no one has completely mentioned whatsoever, by the way. Phoenix does a little bit more damage out to range now, which is just pretty straightforward. There's nothing too crazy to this one. Spider-Man has a slightly quicker cooldown between his web clusters, which you can see right here, and also deals more damage with his uppercut. As you can see, this is dealing the 70 damage. So Storm provides a greater damage boost now, which is basically at 12% in the regular form of damage boost. And then when you press circle and you enhance this, you then take it up to 15%. Punisher now has 300 HP, and also his fall off range for his assault rifle is now extended, so he does a lot more damage out to range. But not only that, his shotgun pellets have now increased, so he's actually doing more shotgun damage. And as you can see here, he can basically two-shot any squishy. Wolverine got some slight damage boosting, so as you can see here, he can deal a little bit more damage, especially when he's at max rage. When he's at the lower rage values, you don't really notice it too much, but when he's at max rage, you can see it kind of shreds a little bit quicker. And then we'll test this out with his Feral Leap as well. So if you Feral Leap someone and then you're at maximum rage, you can see it does rip a little bit faster, but it's nothing too insane. Also, his Feral Leap is on slightly quicker cooldown as well, which you will probably notice if you play Wolverine a lot, but I still think they should reduce this a little bit more. So on to Adam Warlock's changes now. As you can see, when we die and we're able to move around, you're able to fly around much faster to get to a good spot to revive yourself. As you can see, Cloak and Dagger's base HP is now 275, pretty straightforward there. When it comes to Invisible Woman, she got a couple of different changes here. So first up, when it comes to her primary attack, she now is able to throw it at a further range, and also it deals more damage per hit as well. So as you can see, it's dealing a little bit more damage. It also travels a lot faster too, so she's actually firing out a lot quicker. Which overall will provide her just more damage output a lot faster, which is pretty solid. Then if there's no teammates nearby, she's able to put the shield on herself now, which I think is really solid. So if you just aim down and kind of just put the shield up, you can put it on yourself to protect yourself, which makes her survivability go kind of through the roof a little bit. People were using it kind of this way, but I think this is probably the best way to use it. You can also put it on your teammates still as well, of course, as you can see right here, and then you can take it down and take it away. And then also the pull and push is now at a further range. When it comes to Loki, they improved his damage fall off so that he deals a bit more damage out to range. This is probably not too noticeable, but it's a decent change nonetheless. Now, also what they changed is that if you're trying to heal your teammate and you're splash healing in front of them, it doesn't nearly heal up as much as if you're getting a direct heal, right? So it gives you extra HP by hitting the direct heals. Now, what we also tested as well, which we'll show you just now, is that if you use the clones, and as you can see, we're going to heal up our Galactabot over there. We'll do it again, actually, because I want to show you this properly. So we'll wait until this Galactabot's taking some damage. And we'll wait until he's about 100 HP. Healing him up by the kind of floor or splash damage here is not as strong as if you're landing direct hits. So that's how much it would heal up without direct hits. And then if you direct hit, it heals up in 2. So it takes about 3 heals to do it when you're splashing. And then it takes 2 heals to do it whilst you're not splashing, right? Whilst you're hitting the teammate directly. Next up, when it comes to Rocket's repair mode, as you can see here, he's actually got 8 repairs and not 7 like they stated in the patch notes. So actually, he's getting 3 more than what is stated in the patch notes, which makes him a lot better in terms of healing output now, which I do think definitely helps out a ton. And then they also improved his projectile speed of his weapon, which now fires much better because the bullets are actually traveling faster, which means his damage output is actually going to be better as well. So overall, this is going to help him out a ton, and it means that the bullets don't lag too far behind where he's shooting. Also, Rocket's BRB has a slightly faster cooldown now as well, which I don't really think it needed, to be honest with you. But if you enjoyed this video and you learned something new, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and thank you very much for watching.